Yo, thank you to everybody that's tuned in to another episode of the Big Homie Told Me show. I got an exclusive guest right here. SheGoCrazyy right here on the Big Homie Told Me show. How we doing tonight? How we doing tonight?
What's poppin', big homie? I'm doing very good.
Hey, yeah, I ain't gonna hold the people. You know what I mean? We kind of grew up together and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
I always knew that you had a lot of talent. You was like one of the hardest female rappers just out, and you was spin harder than dudes too. Let me ask you, like, when did you start getting into music? Like, when did you really get into it?
I want to say I really got into it was back around like 2009, 2010. I got into it by watching somebody else who was into it.
Right.
Shout out to Nitty. It was actually Nitty Banger. I know you're familiar with him. Um, they used to have what we call Cloud Nine. They used to go every weekend. They'll get in the booth and they had their little sessions going. Like when I say energy, it was energy. You feel me? And I fed on it. And you feel
Straight
me?
up.
And it just went from there. So it started about 2009, 2010. And that's where I started to tap in and see, oh, maybe I do got something here. Like I shocked myself. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. Like, and it just went from there.
And that's real. You know what I mean? So you fed off the energy that you was around. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Talk to me about your style. You know what I mean? Talk to me about your style because growing up, you know what I'm saying? What was it like for you growing up? Did that play a part in your style of music?
I would say growing up, let me make sure I understand the question before I start talking. Are you emphasizing like who do I look up to? Like what was the style of what I cling to? Or I just want to make sure I understand what you're saying.
No, no, you're good. No, the
Okay.
atmosphere, where you're from, like
Oh
how
yeah, baby.
how did that influence how you rap?
Oh, it influenced everything. Let me just say this. Anything that I express is my life. You feel me? I may flip it and throw a little fairy tale in it to make you question whether it's true or not. But I assure you, 98% of what I throw out is all from what I experienced. That's my whole story. My background is heavy. You feel me? I'm not gonna sit here and make it like it was all glitter and gold. Like you feel me? I just I just speak what I feel. You feel me? That's where it comes from. Um, I'm an Indian woman. Let me say that. A lot of it comes from my background of more of my adulthood. I've experienced a domestic situation. So it came from that. Like I just learned how to express myself. Like I got people that go through things and their lives is a little more tragic than myself. You feel me? And I take from them just by me being the ear. They giving me something. So I speak on that. Just tell their story and mix minds up in it. Like you feel me? And that's just
Straight
what it
up.
is. Straight up.
Yeah, and that's real talk. And so where are you from? Let the people know where you're from.
I am from San Francisco, California, born and raised. You feel me? I was raised also in Fairfield. That's where I kind of like branched out. You feel me? And from there, we moved to Antioch. We stayed out there for a minute where we met at high school. So my mom was a move around. You feel me? She moved around a lot. Um, but initially, I'm from San Francisco, baby, born and raised. You feel me?
Just like that.
Raised
Talk
just
to me
like that.
about, talk to me about the Bay Area sound right now. You know what I mean? Like, to you, in your opinion, what is the Bay Area music scene like right now, to you, in your opinion?
Different. It's different. I'm
Go
gonna
into
just keep
that.
it. So what I mean is, we the Bay. You feel me? So our generation is kind of why we the way we is. Like we stamped that, we breeded that, and that's just what it is. Like you feel me? So we move different. Like let me just give you one example. We played outside when we was kids. You feel me? They don't
Come
know
on
nothing
now,
about.
say that.
They don't ride no bikes. They don't know how to jump rope. You feel me? They don't know about the rule of the street lights. You feel me? None of that. Like it's totally different. Don't get it twisted. I respect our generation. Like it's different, but it's definitely a different breed from how I was raised and how we were raised. I should say. Like it's nothing the same. Um, the hyphy movement kind of like faded, if you ask me. Like people get so caught up in trends and trying to follow what everybody else do from different places, and forget what we are. We got our own trends. Like, you feel me? So when I go and I travel, I be sure when I say where I'm from, I say the Bay. Cause I put on for the Bay. Like, it ain't no one destination. Like, when you claim
Straight up.
your city is your whole entire. Like, you feel me? We are one as a unit. So when you step on that, you gotta make sure you step on all of that. I represent for all of Bay. I may specify and say from the city, you feel me? But all in all, out of state, I put on for the whole Bay. You feel me? I love where I'm from. I adore it. It's why who I am. It's why I express. So it's me. That's where my name came from. You feel me? She
Right.
go crazy. She go crazy.
She go crazy.
Go crazy. That's I
Yeah.
got that from because of where I'm from. We go crazy out here. That's what we do. That's the Bay.
Yeah.
You feel me? It ain't if it ain't crazy, it ain't dumb. You feel me? You can't have dumb without you feel me?
Look, and I seen recently, the legend Mr. Fab, you know what I mean, shouted you out, you know what I
Shout out to
mean, and
Fab.
you got to spit on, you spit for him and all of that, you know what I mean? Tell me about that experience, how
Oh
was
yeah.
that for you?
That was amazing. To me, that was getting me out there. A lot of people don't know about who SheGoCrazyy is. Like, okay, you went to school with me. You may know or think you know who I am. You feel me?
They don't know yet. They
I
don't
don't
know
know, but
yet.
they learning.
They,
They learning. They learning. I can
yeah, yeah.
say, like, from where I started to today, I definitely got my buzz. So I'm proud of myself for that. Like, I came a long way. But how the whole thing went with Mr. Fab, it was a wonderful experience. I took that as my time to expand and let people know, hey, I'm here. Hey, check me out. Like, that was my moment. Like, and it was very big coming from the Bay because Fab is the Bay. You know what I'm saying? So to have that time, even though it was nothing but us getting on there and fucking around, like, I take that. I
Come
take
on
that
now.
with a grain of
Yeah,
salt. You feel me? That's
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 content.
something to put in my yeah. Come on now, say it again. That's something to put in my
You know what I mean?
hall of fame. You ask me if I was able to take a picture of it and put it on a billboard, baby. That's on my billboard. Like, I'm proud of that because that's something big. And I feel like I grabbed a piece of my home before I try to branch off somewhere else. You got to make yourself known home. You feel me? So for me to get that, that definitely
Mm.
was a good look for me. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And talk to me about, when you're performing, where does your confidence from? Because where do you get your confidence? Because, you were dropping freestyle after freestyle after freestyle in the car. You know what I'm saying? And then people start, I was catching on to it and people really start catching on because you were super consistent. Now you're doing shows. Talk to me about where do you get your
Mm-hmm.
confidence from? First, where you get your confidence from? And two, where did what got you into doing, spitting in the car like freestyles and written and things like that?
Well, my confidence come from as being a kid. I've always been the one to be active. I was on dance teams, basketball teams, tech teams, track teams, and I was always the captain of everything I did. So that's where that come from. You feel me? That's just something I had since I was youngin'. Um, to add to it, my craft. To add to it, my craft is a lot of my childhood, to be exact. Um,
Yeah.
I felt like as a youngin, I did not express myself enough. I felt like I've always was the one to try to be, you like, look, hold things in like a Build-A-Bear. You feel me?
Right.
So as I got older, I got that roar. Like, hold on. Hold on.
Okay.
Once I got the understanding of what respect was, I definitely threw it like a, like, hold on. Like, you feel me? So that's where that came.
Straight
That's where
up.
that came from my shows. Like, that's just me. That's just me. My sign is a Leo, baby. Like re-roar. You feel me? So to be bold, that's me.
Hey, real talk.
No, facts. Throw that second question at me again.
And when you started freestyling in the car, you know what I
Oh,
mean? You start just dropping these freestyles all over. You know what I mean?
I
Because you
just
started in the car and then
wow.
you just started freestyling everywhere. Like, when did you what got you in that? Was it just like, man, I'm out here now? What was it?
Back to what I said. That roar. That that stop being afraid. Like, why would you not want to say what you want to say? Like, why are you afraid to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bust out. Like, that was a
Straight
challenge
up.
I was battling with myself. Like, all right, like, where your confidence at? Like, what you gonna do? Fuck what everybody else wants you to do. What Tiffany want to do? So them moments in the car was more than just sitting in the car and rapping. Like I said, when you tune in,
Right.
all me, all experience. So that's me. That's my diary. My car is my studio. You hear me? That was my little booth. You feel me? And that was
Say that.
more of me developing a courage within myself first before I try to build courage with anybody else. Like, how bold are you? Like, you feel me? Like, if this how you feel, is you gonna spit it to the camera? Okay, you spit it to the camera, but is you gonna post it? Like, this is things that women go through. Like, so I'm just keeping it a band. Like, this is really what it
Not
was.
just
so
women. Not just women.
Women, I only say that because women work on emotions. You know what I'm saying? And for you to find a skill for you to control your emotions, and this is what I do to control them, I let my shit out in my diary, nigga, and I can say how I feel in the rap, and it ain't gonna go no further and disrespect my character. Like, you know what I'm talking about? So
Respect.
straight up. So that's what I mean by that. Like, not no disrespect to men, but just as a woman, we go through so much and we so emotional. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just where that came from. Like, it came from me building my own courage and being able to have that confidence to say what the fuck I want to say. Period.
Hey, look, I ain't gonna hold you. You know, I was tuning in. You know what I'm saying? The real shit, like tuning in, waiting for that next one. You know what I mean? Like, man, she doing this shit for real. Let me ask you. You know what I mean? Like you said before. It's a different time now. You know what I mean? It's a different time. The area, the world that we live in now. You know, what have you learned from the pandemic about yourself? You know what I mean? As far as, you know, you propelling your career and things like that. Just you yourself. What did you learn from that downtime during the pandemic?
I gotta keep pushing, no matter what. No matter what is going on in this crazy world, no matter what's going on in my household, I have to push. And when I say
Straight
push,
up.
pray until something happens. Period.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again for the people.
Pray until something happens.
Ooh, that's a
And
bar.
that's a bar, but that's facts. I don't know if you
Facts.
noticed, but during the pandemic, I caught COVID. I fought COVID for 90 days. 90. A strong 90. Like, you feel me? So through
Me
that
too.
process of me being sick, no, for real, like, I ain't gonna even give it no more credit than what it already done took from me. You feel me? But some shit is just real. You know what I'm saying? And I went through that, and that shit almost took me out. I couldn't spend Thanksgiving with my
Me too.
kids. I couldn't do none of that. So through all of that, what did I do through it? I pushed through. I pushed through.
Push
I walk
through.
by faith and not by sight. I pushed through. That's what I mean. Push. That's what it taught me
Straight up.
going through the pandemic. Taught me to be stronger and push.
Come on now. That's that's real shit, you know. And talk to me about what you working on right now. What are you working on right now?
Currently, right now, I'm doing my shows, and I am actually starting to start on my first album. I never did an album before. I did an EP. It is out on all platforms right now. It is called She Said What She Said. But I wanted to make my next project working on my first album, and that is currently what I'm working on. I'm getting my beats together. I'm also preparing to shoot a video for On Me. That is one of my very first singles. Usually I do a lot of features with a lot of people. I'm always doing features, and this one song I actually just took the time to just write it out by myself. So I'm actually getting ready, prepared to shoot a video for that. I got a lot of things going on in my music world. So I'm trying to.
You're real busy. You're real busy.
You gotta stay busy. You ain't gonna make no money if you ain't busy. You feel me? So, you gotta keep yourself productive. So yeah, I stay busy. So I got a lot of eggs planted here and there, doing little things. You feel me with my music, trying to get that going and pushing further. I also got another show coming up. I'm waiting for announcements for that because I won a contest a few months ago, back in April. They did a contest. I got the most views. So that qualified me for another show. So between my shows and preparing for my album, that's currently what I'm working on.
You definitely active. You definitely busy. What has it been like? Okay, what has it been like? On this wave as you're building right now, and you're starting to see people starting to gravitate towards your energy. Like, what has that been like for you, knowing where you started at, and it's like coming kind of quickly? You know what I mean? Like, what has that change been for you?
To be honest with you, the change has been marvelous. I appreciate the change. Uh, I remain humble no matter what presents itself on my platform, no matter who I run into or what opportunities I have. I always remain myself and be humble. That's very important. So I don't feel like it's changing me too much, but it's definitely wowing the hell out of me. Like sometimes I just be so stuck in a moment where I'm like, did I do that? Like, like, wait, is that like you feel me? Like I'm keeping it band. I'm not no big headed person like that. And I'm not underconfident. Like I have a whole lot of
Nah,
confidence.
talk your shit.
Humble.
Talk your
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? So I be like, damn, bitch. Like, like that's you. Like, you feel me? Like,
Yeah.
I be humble. I be humble. But it's definitely shown me that I have the ability to do whatever I put my mind to. It gave me muscle. And it's showing me how to multitask. It's showing me how to be a
Yeah.
business person. It's showing me how to turn off that switch and turn on the right switch. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm gaining a lot of gain, and that's by me turning on my awareness to all my situations, not just my music.
Yeah.
Paying attention. That's very important. Paying attention to detail, listening to people when they actually talk to you, and not just so quick to give a response. This is all the things that I've developed over the years of me writing and expressing and doing my shows and all of this. It's not just music. Like I've gained so much from it, and that's why I cling to it so much. And I just be so comfortable because it's just like it's soothing. It's soothing, like
Straight
hell.
straight up. And like you said, it's not just music,
Mm-mm.
which brings me to another question. What is something that you've learned about the music industry, you know, just in your short period that you're making these moves? What have you learned about the game that you didn't know before you hopped in?
The game the game is very interesting. It's way deeper than just jumping in the studio with somebody and putting down a verse. Um, I'm gonna be keep it a band with you. Like when I put my stuff out, I don't even do it with the thoughts to even become famous. Like it even had me thinking like I don't want the big stars and all of that extra. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a whole nother lifestyle. You feel me? What I
Yes.
reach for is the ears and the hearts. That's all I want from this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it definitely made me open my eyes to know that this is not uh like my only, destination when it comes to careers. I have a multiple things that I do in life besides my music, but it's definitely one of my favorite hobbies, I should say. So it definitely made me realize that I did not want to make it my permanent career. As far as just putting like going for the fame of everything and the billboards and nah, because it's way
But
more to that.
but but why not? But why not though? You know what I'm saying? So now we gonna get critical right here on the
Oh,
Big Homie Tony show, right?
go ahead,
So,
baby.
you got talent, right? You got talent.
Definitely,
You push it.
definitely,
I
definitely.
heard you just say it's like a hobby. That's cool. But if I'm an AR and exec, I'm looking at it like shit. I need this to be your life because you got to be ready to go at any moment. You know what I'm talking about? This can't just
Absolutely.
be this can't just be something that you do for 2 hours. You know what I
It's
mean? four
definitely
hours
not
a
something
week.
I'll do for 2 hours, but I'm definitely a strong believer of be careful what you ask for. So that's why I'm
Mm,
very selective of what I'm craving when I step into this field of this industry. So I'm
say
not
that.
gonna make the billboards my final goal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right,
nah,
right, right.
if you ask me, it's way more to it than a billboard. Like I'm trying to get my own BET. Like, you know what I'm talking about? So
Hey,
that's why I put it in that perspective of that nature. It's not to say this is not something that I'm not dedicated to because I'm true to it. You know what I'm saying? to the bottom of my heart. Like, this is my craft. This is me. But I'm definitely not going to get lost in the trends of the music industry. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Definitely get you. I definitely get you. You know what I mean? But sometimes I got to get a little critical. And, you know what I mean? But now, you know, I know that, you know, you take this serious, right? And, you know, with this music, you know, it comes a lot of responsibility. What has it been like now for, you know, people wanting to do songs with you, wanting to get you on a verse? How do you decide, you know, what song you're going to get on and what song you're not? Because I know at this time, you're not going to just be taking any verse at this point. You know, it makes sense. Talk to me about that.
Absolutely. In the beginning, I used to hop on a song with anybody. Like, anybody asked me to get on a song, I would never turn nobody down. Like, I would not. I'll do it. But as time go by and you are developing your character and you are developing yourself and you are being your brand, like, because you have to present your brand before anybody else can put on for you. Let's make that clear. You have to decide. It's like making a decision on your everyday basis. Are you going to do something that's going just to get by? Are you going to do something to gain your respect? Are you going to do this, make this decision based off what the world going to think? Like, this is the things that I take in mind when I do songs with people. How is this person? Like, are you really going to push this? Are you just trying to do this just to say that you know how to do it? Like, or, you know what I'm saying? If I feel like if you don't have a dedicated, what's the word I'm looking for? If you don't have a passion and if you don't have genuineness, you're not going to make it. And what I mean by that is I could do songs with everybody, but I'm not one person who believes in feeding somebody shit. If you garbage, I'm going to tell you garbage. If I feel like, I'm serious though. Like, I'm going to tell you garbage.
You gonna tell them that they garbage?
I must tell them straight up, this ain't the right fit for me. Straight up. I'm not going to put myself on something that I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to put myself on something if I'm looking at it and it's already fucked up. Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that. Somebody tried to talk. But that's the things you have to think about when you get on songs with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I said, it's more than just a song. It's a decision. It's a decision. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So those are the things I take in consideration now when I do work with people.
Yeah.
Straight up. Like,
you know.
Go ahead.
Now go ahead. Finish your thought.
No, it's all good. Go ahead.
Okay, you know, you're absolutely right. It's you know, it's decision making. You know, it's definitely, you know, something that you have to take serious, especially when you're building your brand. You've built your brand, you work and you continue to build. You know, as you're moving forward, you know, what are some things that you had to let go from your whether it's people who were, you know, negative or whatever, who you were really close with? Like, what are some things that you had to let go as you move forward and you progress and you become a better person within your life, your career, and your brand?
I had to let go of a lot of friends. I had to let go of a lot of friends. I had to let go of a lot of family members. I had to learn how to make my surrounding, my energy. That's very important. Yeah. That's very important.
Yeah.
You have to have good energy. And in order for me to gain that, I had to lose some things that I thought was good for me. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's on my heart to be like that, that don't necessarily mean it's on the next person. You can't hold the next person to your characteristics. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And in order for you to prosper, you have to be willing to accept the things that are not best for you. Period. And you have to make sure that your energy is protected at all times. Period. I lost a lot, but technically I didn't lose. I gained. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at it as a loss. I just look at it as a growth. When you grow,
for sure,
you have to get out. know what I'm saying? That's like when your feet grow. You got to take them old shoes off and go buy you another pair. You didn't lose the
Come on
pair of
now.
shoes. You gained another one. You know what I'm saying? You grow straight up. So it's never a loss. It's always a gain. You feel me? It's just how you look at it. So I don't feel like
Every
I lost anything, but I definitely feel like I expand and I've become more mature and I've become more wiser. Definitely.
Yeah. And that's real talk, and as you have to step out and leave some people behind and kind of break some friendships off, what is your team like now? Because we can't make it by ourselves in this industry, in this game, or just in life. Do you have a solid team of people, and the team could be one person, it could be two people. Do you have a solid team of people that support you and make sure that you're doing your best and they got your best interest? Be honest.
I got about a solid foe.
That's solid. That's solid.
Now I'll take that. I'll take it. I'd rather take that solid four than to have 1,000 soggy motherfuckers. You hear me? I'll take that.
Absolutely.
I'll take it. And that don't mean I don't have a wider circle of support. I just have a certain that's consistent. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very appreciative. I'm very appreciative of them. Very much so. It's not a bunch of people, but I can say I definitely got about a solid foe. Definitely.
Yeah. And that's real because no one really wants their circle to be too big anyway. You know what I mean? That's how leaks happen and all type of stuff like that. You know what I mean? But it's very important that we have a team around us that even when we falling off or we on some bullshit, they honest enough to say, hey, you tripping. They real enough to check us. We don't want yes men and women around us and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because you never get anywhere. The music that you make, right? Where did you get your style of music from? Like, where did you get that style from? Like, where did that come from? Because you going hard at it. You going hard. You got bars. You know what I'm saying? You get a little sexy when you need to. Like, where did you get that from?
I got that from Busta Rhymes. I got it from Trina. I got it from Eve. I got it from Common. I got it from a lot of the past hip hop artists that I grew up on. My mom was a music head. Like, we grew up in music. Like, so mine's come from the past. I'm gonna just keep it a band with you. Like, I love this new style of music to the new people, but mine's come from way before then. Like, you feel me? Like, it's that originality. It come from being yourself and learning how to freely express, like I said in the beginning. So all that mixed together in the pot, I made my gumbo called it SheGoCrazyy.
Come on now, just like that. And speaking of gumbo, I see that you're a real life chef out here too. You know what I'm saying? I see that you be chefing it up. You know what I mean? Posting the food and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? People tap in with you. You know what I mean? You multi-talented. You know what I mean? Talk to me about that. You know what I'm saying?
Are blessed, baby. These hands are blessed. I love to cook. That is something else that I do besides music. I go in the kitchen, baby. Like, that's another craft that I gained. Right now I'm selling plates for my daughter. She graduated from high school. She's only 16. She graduated a year early. So all the funding will go to her college fund. So that's the reason why you seeing all the posts with the plates.
Hold on. Time out. We gotta touch that right quick on the Big Homie Told Me show. That's huge. You said your daughter's 16 and she graduated from high school?
Yes, my daughter
Come on, man.
She graduated from high school and she is going to Langston University in Oklahoma, baby. She's out of here.
Hey, much, man, that is a blessing.
Multitasking. I got so much going on over here. Like, so that's another thing I got going on in my life right now. So I'm a happy, proud mom at this moment. So yes, I'm sending my baby off to college. I'm so proud about that. So that's why you seeing all the food being posted, because mama doing
Hey,
what it do, baby. We finna get you up out of here. Like
hey, hey, that is huge. You know what I'm saying? That just really just touched me, because that's so solid. And I think that's so deep right there. That's real Black excellence for you to be doing, holding all these hats, you know what I mean, and making shit happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
man.
talk to me about the times when it gets tough though. Talk to me about the
Mm.
times when the shit gets tough, and you know you gotta lean on God, you know what I'm saying, to bring you through. You know what I mean? Kind of go into that. You ain't got to go too deep, but talk to me a little bit about the struggles that made it, that got you to where you at, that got your daughter out of high school early, on her way to college. Man, talk about that.
Baby, when God wanna check you, he gonna sit you down. You hear me?
Mm.
I've been through so much as a woman, as a mother. They done seen moms hit rock bottom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was involved in situations I shouldn't have been in. Um, it made me stronger. You know what I'm saying? But as a mom, you know, that's a whole different lifestyle. Like that's a whole different world. So you have to gain these skills. And these skills are not skills that are gained by all moms. Like it's not. And I would not
Right.
be able to be sitting here having this interview right now if I did not have the relationship I have with God. Period. That's how I made it.
Amen.
Being a single mom is not an easy job, but I definitely push through every day. Um, that's why my baby is where she is. When I was 16, I was pregnant. So for my child to be 16 and doing the opposite, that let me know I achieved that. You feel me?
Come
You feel
on,
me?
man. Straight up. Straight up.
Know what I've been through, what I'm going through. It wasn't for me. It wasn't to hurt me. It was to block it and keeping it out the lane of my children, so I can express these type of things. So I'm able to guide them and be able to prepare them and let them, you know, prep them for what they really walking into. You know, because as kids, our moms and dads explain things to us different. We didn't have rights to ask questions as kids. Like when I've learned as a parent, I
Mm.
want my kids to ask me questions. You know what I'm saying? I want to explain things to them.
Yeah.
Like I want to give them the heads up. I want to tell them about their credit and how important it is. Like this is why I went through the things that I did so my kids can have a better life. I'm going to keep it a band. I don't even look at my life like it's about me no more. It's about them. I
Say
push
that.
through it. I do. Don't get it twisted. I have goals for myself, but my goals are not overpowering or exceeding theirs. You know what I'm saying? They have so
Yep.
much more to go forward in life. You know what I'm saying? And I just put my best foot forward for my babies. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
if I don't make it to be in the fame that we talked about, I'm okay with that. But my kids is though. You know what I'm saying? I'll take that.
Straight
You
up.
feel, you feel me? Like that's just what it is. Like, period.
And you know that's so solid. You know what I mean? That is so solid. You know what I mean? Just to hear that and you sharing that on the Big Homie Told Me show. You know what I mean? That is big, because there's people out there who's going through things. You know what I mean? It may not be the same thing as you, but they're going through things. So for them to hear you, how you came about and went through it, and you're going through it and making things happen, that's so courageous. You know what I mean? And you're encouraging a lot of people. You know, when you're in the studio, talk about that. You know, that pain or that passion that you let out when you go to the studio and you get that and you on that track. How do you know when you got a song that you ready to let the world hear? How do you know?
When I feel like I don't have nothing to get off my chest. As
Mm.
long as I walk around here feeling bottled up, I ain't let it out yet. When I
Mm.
walk in that studio, nobody exists. Nobody. When I walk out,
Yeah.
I feel 100 pounds lighter. I'm like, let's
Come
go.
on now.
Like, you feel
Come
me?
on
Let's
now.
feel me?
Yeah.
When I walk out and I feel like that, that's how I know my message has been delivered.
Yeah.
How do you know whether scripture fits you or not when you read it in the Bible?
Say
How do
that.
you know? How do you know when it's pertaining to you?
Say that.
You hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
When I walk out that booth and I check off, I'm confirming me, not nobody else, not the producer, not my nigga sitting in the back, sitting there listening to me record. When I feel like it's to my standards, I release. What's
Come
next?
on, man. Just like that. What's next?
Like
What's
that.
next?
What's next?
And on that, you know what I mean? What's next for SheGoCrazyy? You got the shows coming up. When can we expect some visuals? When can we expect some visuals? You know what I'm saying? What's next for SheGoCrazyy?
I'm definitely working on my visual for my song On Me.
Right?
I'm definitely pushing that. I'm already in the crap of getting that done. That should definitely be out by my birthday, which is in August. So that is
Coming
my
up.
gift to myself. Definitely. So that's my gift to myself. I'm only giving myself that time frame because I don't want to rush it. I want it to be the right visual, not just a visual. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I'm definitely
Absolutely.
making sure that I'm brainstorming and I'm also getting ideas and making sure I got my prompts and everything. Cause you feel me? When it drops, it's gonna drop. You feel me? So I'm definitely working on it right now.
Look, and before we get out of here, I always ask, my guests to give the people some words, you know what I mean? Because it's people that's checking out the show, you know what I mean? And they going through something right now. They like, man, they just need some encouragement. Give the people some words to let them know that the sun gonna shine tomorrow and you can make it through.
They say pain bring music. Let me speak these facts. Never trust nobody. Nobody got your back. When them dark moments hit and only walls can see your tears, phone full of contacts, but not one person to depend on. Sit on that shit too long, it can have you miserable. Gotta smoke this weed to refrain me from the physical. Started thinking mental, mixed it with the spiritual. If you ain't walking by faith, you're lost, study your biblical. But your mind's only, I register these facts. Put your faith in him. It's nothing you could lack. A lot of lessons I learned, no losses documented. I fight until it's over with no thoughts of ever quitting. My main mission is to go get it. No matter the struggle, they see you on your ass and they help and watch you bubble. The hate be too real. Just pay attention to their actions. Only time you see them smiling is when they asking for your taxes. They're not calling to check up on you. They ain't asking how you been. Not concerned about your health. They ain't asking about your kids. Love is the action. So I don't want to hear it. Not supporter. If it's fake love, stay surrounded by the realest. Stay surrounded by the realest.
Ooh,
Keep your faith.
come on.
Keep your faith. That's what I got to give to the people. Protect your energy. Be humble. And I assure you, you bound to have a good day. She go crazy.
She go crazy. Right here on the Big Homie Told Me show. I appreciate you hopping on the Big Homie Told Me show. This is huge. You know what I'm saying? This is huge. You know what I'm saying? We doing big things over here, and you doing big things over there, and we just put it together. I appreciate you hopping on. She go crazy. You got so much overflow.
Thank you.
You just spit something for us. That's how I know that you're a real MC. Because
Thank
I ain't
you.
even asked you to do that, but that just overflowed out of you. Hey,
Absolutely.
that's so solid. You know what I mean? Let the people know where they can find you at, where they can find your music, where they can follow you at. Let the people know.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram. She go crazy with 2 Y's. My music is available on all platforms. My EP is She Said What She Said. Make sure y'all check that out. It's available on Apple. It's on Instagram Music. It's on YouTube. It's on every platform. So if you ain't tapped in, be sure to tap in. She said what she said. She go crazy.
She said what she said. She go crazy. Look, we gonna definitely do this again. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Keep working and we're gonna get back in. I appreciate you hopping on. And look, hey, keep going crazy.
Absolutely. That's me. You take care. I appreciate
We
you.
connected.
Absolutely.
You got it.